Have you ever wondered what a really creative day looks like? You know, how a single idea can just explode into comics, animations, even music? Well, we're about to find out. We're going to take a look at one single, totally jam-packed day in the life of creator Nicholas Alexander Benson. For Nicholas, the creative engine starts firing up long before most of us have even thought about hitting the snooze button. It all kicks off in the world of dreams. So his day starts with this line from his dream journal. Pretty cryptic, right? I induced lucidity via sleep paralysis. It sounds simple, but this one little sentence, this is the launch pad for a whole creative adventure that's going to span the entire day. Now, to really get the dream, you have to understand the setting. Nicholas calls it the storyverse. Just picture this, a cosmic sea where every single story you could ever imagine exists as its own little bubble universe. It's not just a dreamscape, it's like an infinite library of pure ideas. And of course, every story needs characters. The villain of this piece is a pretty intimidating Bat Knight who's wielding some kind of strange power. And his opponent? A ghostly green UFO named Leon. And get this, these are the actual reference images Nicholas created the second he woke up, pulling them straight from his imagination. Here it is, the main event of the dream, all laid out in a comic panel. The Bat Knight tries to snag Leon with a lucid light tractor beam, but Leon's response isn't to fight back, it's just to escape at hyperspeed. A move so fast and so powerful, it literally just erases the threat. So, the dream is over, but the creative work? Oh, it is just getting started. What comes next is this incredible structured process of taking that subconscious trip and turning it into something real. Yeah, this isn't just random inspiration, it's a pipeline. The idea starts as a quick journal entry, then it flows into reference art, then a comic, an animation, a podcast where he breaks it all down, and finally, even a song. I mean, think about that. One dream fuels 6 completely different creative projects. And he doesn't just create, he really analyzes it. On his AI-assisted podcast, Dreamcast, he digs into the symbolism. This wasn't just some random dream fight. He sees it as a kind of graduation, a shift in how his subconscious deals with problems, moving away from defense and strategy to just pure, decisive action. And the journey even gets its own soundtrack. In the dream tune he wrote that morning, the whole story becomes this super catchy song. The last few lines say it all. Hyperspeed thrust, in our light we trust, he turned to cosmic dust. Boom! That's the entire adventure, right there in a nutshell. But his creative energy isn't just bottled up in that one dream. While all of that was going on, another part of his brain was already hard at work in a totally different universe. And that's the big question, isn't it? If the morning was all powered by dreams, what's fueling the rest of his creative day? Well, the answer seems to be a mix of passion and play. Meet World Spider. Now, this character is not from a dream. She was actually born out of Nicholas's love for tabletop role-playing games, specifically the Marvel Multiverse RPG. He built her from the ground up to really max out the game's equipment rules. And this is where the magic happens, where game mechanics become a real narrative. He took all the technical stats from this character sheet and used them as the inspiration for a brand new silent comic, Ember and Echo. And the result? A story that really moved people, proving that amazing ideas can come from anywhere, even the rulebook of a game. And his work goes way beyond his own stuff. He's also out there building a community of fellow AI artists, creating and sharing these cool infographics for daily challenges, just encouraging everyone to jump in and create with him. Okay, so after a full morning and afternoon of intense creating, the last part of the day is all about sharing that work and connecting with the community that's grown up around it. The results of this daily creative grind are, well, they're staggering. In just 1 month, he put out 240 new uploads. Let that sink in. That's an average of 8 videos a day. All that work brought in over 16,000 views and added up to nearly 6 full days of watch time. Just incredible. So what is it that's really connecting with his audience? Turns out it's another dream anime episode. This just goes to show that his most personal projects, the ones that come straight from his subconscious, are also the ones that the most people are connecting with. And that connection, it's a two-way street. Here's a great comment from another creator, Wizard_Ozymandias, on the silent comic Ember and Echo. He points out that silent comics are amazing practice for pure visual storytelling. That's some really valuable peer-to-peer feedback right there.
And Nicholas's reply is just perfect. He doesn't just agree and say thanks, he pays it forward, calling Ozymandias one of his own inspirations. This kind of interaction, this is exactly how you build a healthy, thriving, creative community.
So after all that, the dreams, the comics, the RPGs, the stats, the comments, what really stood out to Nicholas himself? Well, we can actually see from his own summary of the day. He boils it all down to 4 key moments: the kind of meta act of making a comic about his day, the pure thrill of that dream victory, the personal satisfaction of walking for charity, and of course, the pride of publishing his new comic. It's just a perfect mix of personal, creative, and even altruistic wins. When you step back and look at the whole thing, you see the full cycle. It starts inside, in the world of dreams, gets forged into something real, like art, and it's finally complete when it's shared and talked about with a community. Inspiration, creation, connection. That's the loop. And in the end, it all comes back to this, doesn't it? The Storyverse, an infinite, bubbling sea of potential stories, just waiting for the next dream to crack open a door. We just saw a wild amount of creativity packed into a single 24-hour period. It really just leaves you with one question. If this is what one day looks like, what kind of masterpiece is already taking shape, just waiting for tomorrow's dream?